feel like everyone kind of has their own coping mechanism. No matter what the situation is, you've always got something that can kind of like make the situation like a little less worse. For me, it's eating a bowl of cereal and watching Rick and Morty in my slippers. If I have that, then everything will be okay. Everyone has their kind of safe haven, you know, if you know what I mean. So in a way, it's never really all downhill until those three go away. Cereal is never gonna go. Rick and Morty is never gonna go, and I can always buy another pair of slippers. So we're Gucci, bro. But the reason I say that is because uh, in the moment of like chaos, where you think everything's falling apart and like you're having trouble with this and that, and it's just like, oh, I don't know what to do. There's always something that you can do to make the situation better, whether it's for the short term or long term or whatever. Like, you can make yourself feel better now, then do it, because peace of mind should always really be at the forefront. It should always be protecting your peace. If something's damaging it, then it's not worth stressing about. For example, if you have car trouble, like yo, you had like a oil leak in your car, and it costs like $2 to fix, and you've got no money in your account right now. Just, there's always a different option. There's always like a, you ain't got to stress about, bro. Besides, all of your problems can kind of be solved if you just sit in a room by yourself and just close your eyes for like 10 minutes and like just breathe. That's it. You don't let yourself relax and breathe, bro. That's when everything gets all overwhelming, and that's when like people lose control and do something they're gonna regret. But you need to remember you're a human being, and everyone has had a time in their life where they've had car trouble and they had no money in their account, or they couldn't afford a meal, or they couldn't go to work the next morning because they hadn't got no money for the bus or whatever. Everyone's had those times, bro. Like, you're not singled out. Like, your situation is not unique. You take that how you want it, but in my opinion, I think that's kind of comforting. I think that's kind of like refreshing to know, in an ironic sense, that other people have gone through it, and it's like, oh, okay, then how did other people deal with it? There's nothing that you can't deal with. You just gotta take it step by step, man. Step by step, bro. I feel like a lot of people get overwhelmed because they all have a big goal and they don't often have a plan to get there. And so they don't really like see where their next step is, which should really be the main priority. Like, if you can't see where you're going next, if you can't see the next small target, then how else are you gonna get to that big goal, bro? If you want to get the G-Wagon, you're gonna have to get a car first. If you wanna sleep in luxurious hotels, you're gonna have to know what a shit one is like first. So, and when you experience that, when you experience, taking the bus or sleeping in a hostel, only truly then can you appreciate, the fruits of your labour, when you can enjoy your hard work and you can afford the nice hotels and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here because I'm going through a little rough time, man, like a rough patch, and anyone else that's kind of feeling the same, don't stress, bro, because one more day, man, that's it. What I will ask is, can you give me one more day? One more day, man. That's the beauty in one more day, man. One more day. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't mean that in a sense of like, oh, it could be catastrophic, but your luck could change. It could not, but one more day, you can give one more day, man. One more day don't seem one whole week harder than it does. Like, that even makes sense. It didn't. But what I meant to say was, one day is easier than the week. If you can give one day, you can do another day after that. If you can do one step, you can do another one. That's how it compounds, man. But yeah, I think the best way to think of it, when you're going through like a tough time in whatever aspect, financially, like relationships or whatever, just think about it as if like you're looking at it in like a future tense, if you know what I mean. So imagine yourself, 10 years from now, like on a podcast or like in an interview, talking about this very moment where you were struggling and you thought, oh, how the fuck am I actually gonna get out of this? How am I gonna, afford rent? How am I gonna do this? And 10 years later, when you're on the other side and successful, you can kind of look back on it and be like, yeah, I'm grateful for that, because now I can really be grateful for the stuff that I have around me now. You kind of have to see it in your mind in a way, like as if it's already past. It's already happened. Like this event that you're going through right now is necessary to be who you want to be in the future. It's not gonna be easy, man. Never gonna be easy. It's never gonna be easy, bro. It's just character building, man. That's it. Character building. Look, man's gonna enjoy a bowl of cereal and watch Rick and Morty until I feel better. So, yeah, safe.